My name is Claire Halpin. I'm a professor of plant biology and biotechnology at the University of Dundee. We're actually based at the James Hutton Institute, which is very close to the university in Dundee. So this comes from a previous existence of mine when I worked as a postdoctoral scientist for 6 years down at Zeneca Plant Sciences in Bracknell. That was just before I came up here to Dundee. The first genetic modification products from crops were beginning to be developed. And so that tomato paste was actually the first product of genetically modified plants that was on supermarket shelves in the UK. And that was about 1995, 1996. People were very happy with it because it had good properties, good solid properties for a tomato paste. And it was a little bit less expensive than the conventional pastes. I like to keep the can. The tomato paste was long ago liberated because you can't keep a tin of tomato paste, genetically modified or not, for 20 years. But my students like to see it when I bring it in and show it to them. It's something that most of them don't remember now. It's that long ago. The wood came from a project that I was involved in that was funded by the European Commission. That was to do with trying to improve how easy it was to pulp wood to make paper without having to use so many chemicals, so without it having to be such an environmentally harsh and potentially polluting process. It's the same kind of modifications that I'm still working on, trying to introduce into agricultural waste like straw so that we could make biofuels or chemicals more easily from them. But it resonates with a very happy time of my life when I worked and lived down at Zeneca, and we actually were doing what we felt was really exciting science that had great potential for society. I guess the thing that I'm passionate about is the real potential of this technology to help us to fix problems, social problems and environmental problems in the world. And I think it's really time, after we've had 30 years of large-scale global experiment, not in the UK and Europe, but in other countries, to really look at the evidence again and see whether we can't recapture some of that excitement I had 20 years ago when we were looking at this technology down in Zeneca when I was starting my career. So I was trying to analyse this myself recently, trying to work out where my love and interest in plants came from. And I don't know, I think some of it is inherent, innate in me. Some of it came from early exposure in the Girl Guides to going off and doing projects collecting wildflowers and identifying trees. And I remember in school, in one of my early years in school, having a teacher who sent us out as a summer project to collect wildflowers in the hedgerows and to try and identify them. So myself and a friend used to go out on our bike and collect these and put them in a scrapbook, and it was a really very happy summer. So, you know, I think that interest was always there. Although I did struggle against it at times. There were times in my career when I thought maybe plants wasn't what I wanted to work on, but they always pulled me back.